Yo, yo. Are we live? Are we live? Sure are. What's up, yo? Yeah, what's up? What's happening out there? What's going on, everybody? What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? Happy motherfucking Monday. Back at it. February 1st. Not too bad, man. What's going on out there? Welcome to a fine Monday morning edition of BS with Hannas. That's me. What's happening? I call myself Nicky B. Hannas. I'll come out here on YouTube in the morning, hang out for a minute, talk a little bit, talk about what I'm thinking about, what is good, what's bad, what's useful, what's not, what's fucked up, what's good. You know what I mean? So, whole premise of the show is I'll wake up and take a nice walk. I'll read some good stuff, talk to the people. When I'm done here, I'll go lift some weights. And when I'm done lifting weights, I go about my business. And on a fine Monday morning, that typically means all day at work. We get back on that horse when the weekend's over. Do I love Mondays? I like Mondays. I dislike people who hate the Mondays. I got a bad case of the Monday. Yeah, it's a Monday. I say that every week because I know they're coming. I know they're out there, and I will encounter them today. Hey man, it's a Monday. How was your weekend? Do anything cool? Yeah, almost Friday. It's almost Friday. One dude that used to work in my gym would say that. Like, yo, what's up, bro? Morning, dude. I'm in there in the gym on a Monday doing chest. Monday is International Chest Day, as we all know, especially around here. Guy would come in. I'd be like, what's up, dude? What's happening? All fucking high energy, just spiraling in the morning, just getting after it. Hey, man, it's almost Friday, right? And people really think that way. I get it. I bet if I had a conventional job, I might be among them. I might be among them who live for the weekends. As it is, I only have one day off a week. So it's kind of hard to live for that one day off. That's like a housekeeping day. That's like keeping up with all my shit. So my life isn't fucking just go, 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 go. But you got to stop eventually and organize. Keep the metaphorical room clean. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a Monday. I'm fucking tired as dog shit, of course. I'm cold as a motherfucker, of course. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, so we'll get in the gym and we'll do some chest. Keep working on that bench press. Keep getting a little closer to that 3-plate bench press, which is elusive to me. But, that's the point. Keep grinding, keep working. I'll get there eventually. And once I hit that 3-plate bench press, I'll say, holy shit, I did it. That's what's important. Because there's a lot of things going on out here that are mostly all fucked up. They're mostly all fucked up. The big news this weekend was the Epstein documents. They released something to the tune of 3 million emails from the Epstein archives, and I think they then subsequently deleted it, like right afterwards. And it's like all redacted, and it's like that Spider-Man meme where there's the 3 Spider-Mans in the circle, and they're all pointing to the next one. He did this, and that's what's going on right now. It's very interesting time to be alive. And the bigger war, there's 2 wars going on right now that I can tell. One is that big macro sense, all these elites, all these big players, the international cabals, the mafia tactics, the gang tactics. That seems to be going on for sure, and that trickles down into military and bombs and boots. I saw that fucking Pete Hegseth is on he's on like some kind of PR tour right now, the American Arsenal tour. That's interesting when the Secretary of the Department of War is just basically a glorified PR person. So that's okay, I guess. So that's what's going on that front. But then on the micro front, there's macro, micro, outside world, inner world. The war that we're all fighting, whether we fucking realize it or not, is the war of our attention. And mine gets tested sometimes when there's these big news drops, when there's these big events, the black swans, when they start flapping their wings, I get fucking interested. I want to look into it. I want to see. I want to vet. I want to play detective and consult my sources and look into it. I have that in me. And I do not think I need to get rid of that tendency. But it's like, what do you do with it when you find out? It's like, I've been watching this shit for so long, since 2015, 2016, when Trumpomania, brother, came to your town. So I want to see where it all plays out. I'd like to keep my ear to the concrete, so to speak, and see what's going on. But it's fucking maddening because it's fucking just, it's nothing to be, I don't know what the fuck to do about it. And you see all these big news drops and it's like, listen, here's, let's find a starting point that doesn't really matter what political affiliation you have. If motherfuckers are in this trove of information and they're associated with it, let's assume we have a right to know, which you shouldn't really assume that. You know, everyone likes to say we have a right to demand knowledge as citizens. Well, the funny thing about people in positions of power is rights don't fucking matter. Your rights do not matter to them. Moves and counter moves is what matters to them. Perceptions and, blackmail and leverages and all those things. So now everyone's just speculating about it and the internet's going crazy. The internet's going crazy. Meanwhile, they released that Melania Trump movie, the documentary. Meanwhile, there's all types of propaganda on all sides going on. So looking out there is fucking maddening. And I would like to be able to just completely tune out. I question the utility of that. So it's a matter of focus. What level of focus, what level of attention, what level of gripping does it have on my brain, on what I pay attention to? One of the guys I read every morning, Emmett Fox. There's a quote from Emmett Fox I found last week that I like, and it's a basic principle. We've all heard different variations of it. If I can find where I wrote it down. Where did I write it? Emmett Fox says, "What you think upon grows." This is, as a man thinketh. This is think and grow rich. This is outwitting the devil. This is all those things. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And when you're in the real conspiracy world, too, these motherfuckers talk about you pay attention to all this shit, and there's these entities that harvest your loosh, they harvest your stress, they harvest your negativity, they harvest everything about it. So it's best not to give it to them because then we're feeding the whole thing, and then it fucking just keeps going and going and going and going. And you don't know who to trust anyway. You don't know who the fuck to trust anyway. And then they'll give us all this other stuff. I guess the Grammys were this weekend. Depends if you care about the Grammys or not. I don't typically. I've really liked that Buddy Guy won another Grammy. I think that makes him like a 10 times Grammy winner for his last blues album, which is a fantastic album. And I love Buddy Guy. God bless you, Buddy Guy, keeping the blues alive, just like you told them, just like you told them you would. So that's great. And it's an interesting thing culturally to have Buddy Guy in the same room as all these pop stars, the obligatory, I'm sure, Billie Eilish out there posturing and politically pandering, Chappelle Roan doing the whole shocking celebrity thing. And yeah, the wars for attention. So who's winning? Who are the belligerent parties involved? I'm just trying to wake up and take nice walks and fucking lift some weights, dude. Trying to hit that 3 plates, work on my music, get my shit out there, offer my contribution to all these great traditions of the world. You know what I mean? Very interesting. Lots of metal, lots of rock at the Grammys, I'm seeing. I despise, not even despise, that's too strong a word. That band Spirit Box is very popular right now. They apparently opened up the ceremony. And they're a metalcore band. They're a female fronted metalcore band. I think they're boring as shit. I think all the modern metal almost sounds indistinguishable from one band to the next, but it's still good to have them on that stage. I guess that's good for the culture. Apparently, Turnstile won some kind of Grammy. I don't know if they're a metal band or not, but they're heavy. They're heavy on the heavier side of things. So I guess that's overall good. Bad Bunny won Album of the Year or something a week before the Super Bowl. So now all of America can get mad at the. I wonder. I just wonder about it. All these things. And I'm inclined. Part of me is just so fascinated with pop culture, popular culture, culture in general, the way that the machines move, you know, that it's like I kind of like paying attention to it. But sometimes it's just like, why am I fucking paying attention to this shit? I'm letting them keep their hooks in me. It's tough. It's tough to mitigate it. So when it comes back to a Monday, try not to shy away from it. What do I want to do? Keep it. I wish it was still the weekend. Nah, but it ain't. But it is not. It's still cold and there's still things to be done, So fucking happy Monday to you. We'll get back on after it, you know, which to me means lifting and reading and writing and shredding. You know what I mean? Lift, shred, and keep ripping. That's kind of the ethos. That's where I'm trying to be. That's where I'm trying to be with it. And even if I have that inclination to look at the politics of it all and to fucking get lost in the sauce, that's why I like to read. It helps make sense of that. Here's two quotes from my readings last week that I think are insightful, informative kind of to my position. My man T. Marv Ecker, he wrote Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. This is a very broad thing, but here he says, if you have a big problem in your life, all that means is that you are being a small person. I fortunately don't have too many problems, let alone big problems in my life. Most of them are related to money and stress and time. So maybe they're big problems, but they don't have to deal with loss of life or limb. So if I got any type of problem, and that just is a statement about the size of my stature, what's that mean? And then the question becomes, how can one even really take an accurate assessment of the size of them? We can only look through our two eyes. I might be small to me. Next man might be looking at me like I'm giant. Next dude might be looking at me like I'm a shrimp too. I don't know. So how do we accurately assess our size? I guess with honesty, I guess with a certain amount of self introspective and self analysis due diligence, accounting for wins, accounting for losses, sharp edges, blunt edges, all that kind of stuff. And the only solution is to just fucking keep ripping. If I'm fucking being smaller than my problems, all right, means I got to get a little bigger, whatever that may entail. I think that's interesting for someone to be so brought down by all this news or so stressed out or wrapped up in it, with the lists. We're getting all this. We're getting more redacted emails before Grand Theft Auto 6. For that to really get under someone's skin, I don't know. It means they're smaller than that problem. But motherfucker, depending on what it's tricky. It's fucking tricky. Because if this shit is to be believed, then we're all smaller than that problem. But no amount of marching in the streets, no amount of doing this or that, organizing, civil protesting. If I'm led to believe this shit is real, I don't know how much of that's gonna fix it. Are we cooked? Is that what they say on the internet? Chat, we're so cooked. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not fucking cooked. I'm trying not to get cooked. Fuck all that. I'm trying to climb out that bucket. I ain't letting these crabs motherfucking grab me, bring me down and shit. Being smaller than the problem I see on social media. If there was no social media, none of us would have known. And I guess that's the problem, which almost reverts back to the war for our attention. I got no answers, guys. I'm just a dude out here like I'm not a guru or an expert or a teacher or none of that shit. I'm a guy who likes fucking playing music and ripping weights. You know what I mean? Flipping burgers and shit, just hanging out, talking some shit. I like reading books. I like trying to get better. Most of us do. A lot of us do, if we're honest. So here's my takes on it all. You know? Don't be a small person. It's a good takeaway. Thank you for that, Mr. Marv Ecker. And here's the other one that's almost applicable. Okay, that's like an inside world thing. The outside world thing, this is from Thomas Paine. This was on the subject of in the early founding days of enlightened separation of government and society, back when they thought the government, as opposed to the crime syndicate that it is now, the government was supposed to be comprised of the gentlemanly class, the esteemed class, the aristocracy, the fucking virtuous philosopher kings. Thomas Paine says, society is produced by our wants and government by our wickedness. The former promotes our happiness positively by uniting our affections, the latter negatively by restraining our vices. The one encourages intercourse, the other creates distinctions. That's kind of a meaty quote from Mr. Thomas Paine. I don't know if that was in Common Sense or among his letters. I'm willing to bet that quote was from among his letters and miscellaneous recorded evidence. Society is produced by our wants. We are our society. We are the constitution of our nation, just by what words mean. What we want is what informs society. The things we have to cut off or manage or otherwise impose order upon, aka our vices, that's the government. So says Thomas Paine. So what happens when the whole thing flips? What happens when the whole thing flips and we're just left confused and full of desire, but also full of vices? And these motherfuckers ain't nowhere to be seen, pointing the fingers like Spider-Man and shit. You know? And it's even misguided. This is the whole thing about the the aristocracy. That's the whole problem with philosopher kings or the enlightened as the rulers. The perception of the well-to-do. You know, you're gonna say our collective desires promotes our happiness positively. It increases our happiness. Not if our desires are in conflict with one another. Yeah, and then to say that our government encourages encourages happiness by restraining our vices. I don't know. I think our government fucking endorses vices at this point. That's where they make their money, after all. They're the exemplars of it. So what a shame on me. What a fool I've been. I've been played like a fool, been played like a fiddle, forgiven more than just a little bit of a fuck for the past 10 years. So shame on me, man. Shame on me. But, I'm not as well read on my Thomas Paine as I ought to be. So I gotta keep reading. Gotta keep reading. Gotta resist the subconscious mind infection of all this bullshit. Chat, we're so cooked. Eat that black pill. Man, fuck that. Take some creatine, drink some protein, and go lift some weights. Take some caffeine while you're at it. But that's just me. That's just what I think, you know? But that's all right. I'm approaching the 20-minute mark kind of quickly. Was there anything else I wanted to say today? Not really, man. Got to keep the thumos high, not let the world bring me down, not let my own bullshit bring me down. Be bigger than my small problems. Don't let my problems become bigger than me. What the fuck kind of problem can be bigger than me or you to anybody? You know? Fuck all this dumb shit. It's demoralizing on purpose. And then you see it sow the seeds of division among all of us. I ain't been a fan of the Orange Man for a minute now, but it's like, if what I see is true, if there's a kernel of truth in any of this shit that I'm seeing, it inspires that real righteous patriotic anger in people. And that's where conflict happens. And it ain't theoretical when it comes close to you. And no one knows what happens when the theoretical becomes real. Impulse takes over, instinct takes over, violence happens. I'm not with that. I just watched the Hunger Games movies over the past week or so. Maybe I'll talk more about that in specific for content on the stream throughout the week. But those are interesting movies to rewatch X amount of years later. Very poignant in the way that Suzanne Collins, the author, and the directors and so on and so forth. The story's all right. The story's kind of trope. It's filled with cliches and tropes and predictabilities and, little nods to things, but the symbolic realm of propaganda, of the propos, and of the power struggle and perception. Ooh, yeah, they knocked it out the fucking park as far as I'm concerned with that one. All the world's a stage and we're just its players. So if I got to play a role, I'm going to play my role. Thanks for hanging out with Nikki B. Hannas. I like to lift. I like to fucking play music. I like to talk some shit. I like to read books. I like to throw a weighted vest on and walk around my fucking neighborhood. You know what I mean? I like to throw F-bombs around casually at all times. So appreciate you guys hanging out on this fine Monday morning on BS with Hannas here on YouTube Live. You want to find it later? See the whole list of episodes. You can find it on Spotify Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, so on and so forth at BS with Hannas. You want to hear my music? Some heavy blues metal. Not Grammy winning. Decidedly not a Grammy winner, but you know what? It sounds pretty good if you like the blues, if you like some fucking heavy metal. You want some high energy music. Play it fast, drive fast, do awesome things. NikkiBHannas.com, NikkiBHannas.bandcamp.com, Nikki B. Hannas on all streaming services. You want to support the mission, you want to see the whole condensed feed of all that I do out here, patreon.com/Nikki B. Hannas. Now, that being said, happy Monday. The bench press is calling me. I can hear it. Can you hear it? Is that a bench press? I'm not too sure, but that's all I got. I'm out. Keep it real. One love. Peace.
Hey, yo!